XT250 rides here. On this trip I'm going down to the town of Owensville, Ohio. Not a very long trip. But I'd like to point out some of the mistakes I made along the way. And we're already to my first mistake, and that was turning left when I should have turned right at this intersection. You can see me kind of trying to figure out which way to go, and of course I went the wrong way. Not a huge deal, I'm not in a hurry. I don't really have any destinations anyway, so that's what's nice about riding early in the morning on the weekend. You don't really have any appointments, you're just driving around to enjoy the scenery. But what I like to do is kind of use my instinct with getting around. I don't like to use my phone or Waze or Google Maps or anything. I kind of pride myself on that. But it means I make the wrong turn occasionally. So I'm coming up here to turn around once I realize I don't think it's the right direction. Let's pause it right here though. I just wanted to point out that if you would have continued straight along this road, you'd get to Goshen, Ohio. And 3 days from when this video was shot, there was an F2 tornado that tore through that town. It's only about a half a mile away from where I'm making that turn. So if you look at the overhead map here, you'll see my current location down there at the bottom. I'm turning right onto that little road. And then the tornado itself passed through, just through the town of Goshen, did some damage to the fire department, to the high school, took a roof or two off some homes up there. So yeah, I was pretty close to where there'd be some serious damage. So let's continue on. So this is a dead end. It says there's a park at the end of the street here. I saw a sign out front talking about a park, so I thought it'd be a good road to investigate anyway. Looking out on a couple of fields to my left. Coming up here soon, I see a gravel road. It's kind of tempting to shoot down those kind of roads to see what's down there. But it's not fun if it's something private or if it leads to someone's home, so I usually don't take any chances. Sometimes when I see something interesting though, I'll try to remember where it was, and I'll get back home, and I'll check it out on Google Maps and see if it's something that I could check out later, or if it's something I should stay away from. Yeah, I was kind of slowing down back there to check things out. But then I get to the dead end and the park is closed anyway, so I turn around here. And here's my second mistake. I'm in neutral, taking this sharp turn here, give it a little gas, and there's nothing there because I'm in neutral. So ended up stopping right in the middle of the road, right in the middle of my turn there. So there's error number 2. It was kind of a long trip, so I cut a lot of the video out. Just to show you neat stuff. And here's my third error already. Got my left turn signal on, approaching an intersection. The light is green, and as I get right here, I realize that I don't want to turn left, I want to go straight, so I went right through the intersection, partly with my left turn signal on, when there was a truck who looked like they were going to turn left as well. That truck could have easily taken me out, thinking I was going to turn left instead of go straight. So that was I would say, kind of a major mistake there. So now we'll have some stretches of me not making any noticeable errors anyway. This is again just on my way to Owensville, Ohio. A lot of residential and a lot of farmland going through here. And you can't see in here in the video, but there's a truck behind me. He's not tailgating, but he's close enough to me that it captures my attention and kind of prevents me from enjoying the ride. So eventually you'll see me, I'll pull over up here, act like I'm making a turn just to get him around. It's just not worth having someone back there or something back there bothering me, so I let him pass right here. And then after that, I'm trying to let him get ahead of me, but he's going slower than he was when he was behind me, so he kind of slowed down once he got around me, which was a little bit frustrating. But again, I'm not in a hurry. I'm just enjoying the view. Yeah, so before I go for a ride, I try to look at Google Maps and figure out where I'm going to go and how I'm going to get there and how I'm going to get back home. And I try to memorize everything. But when you actually get out in the field and you're driving around, sometimes the road may make a T that you don't remember seeing on the map, and then you're kind of confused on which way to go. Or sometimes you'll think it's not a T at all, that it's something really obvious, but it ends up confusing you once you're on the actual road and making the actual turns. So yeah, I've got my iPhone with me, but I don't like to bring it out unless absolutely necessary. Yeah, and here's an example where this guy slowed down quite a bit after he passed me. But again, no biggie. Beautiful country around here. It's getting a little warmer in the mornings. I'm still wearing my full gear. As long as I'm moving, it's not too hot. It's got pretty good airflow, especially through that jacket. Okay, this is Owensville. I'm finally here. Looks like I'm sitting back a few hundred feet from the stoplight, but that's just an illusion of the 360 camera. You can see the white line. I just passed it there, so that was where I was supposed to be. So if I would have went straight, I would have went more through downtown Owensville, but this road looked pretty nice on the map. Looked like it had a few curves. It goes through some wooded area, so I was going to take this and head back home. Nice, interesting homes along here. Old farmhouses. I'm riding on my Kenda K270s. They're supposed to be 50-50, 50% on-road riding, 50% off-road. They seem pretty knobby to me. Being a novice, I would have expected them to be a higher percentage of off-road use, but I have to say they're very comfortable so far. I don't feel any uneasiness going around a sharp curve, but then again, I take the curves very conservatively. They're a pretty soft tire. I mean, I doubt if I'll get very many thousands of miles on them before they're too worn, but I still like them in case I eventually go off-road, which is my plan. I think I'm going downhill at this point. Kind of hear me coasting a little bit. And as it is on most of my rides, I'm completely unfamiliar with these roads. So that's part of the reason I take the turns slow. It's kind of embarrassing to watch because it seems like I'm at a snail's pace on these curves, and at the time it seemed like I was going just about the right speed for my skill level and for what I might encounter around the bend. But yeah, when I watch these videos, it's kind of embarrassing. It just looks too slow. I can see I'm going about 30 miles an hour right there, which that's pretty slow. If you're looking for major excitement on the twisties, my channel might not be the one for you, at least right now. And again, this is early morning on a weekend, so hardly any cars out. That's my preference. I've been kind of having this problem since I bought the bike, where it idles way down at stop signs, especially after I've gone for a run for a while. Once I let off the gas, it just gets uncomfortable. Feels like it's going to stall out on me. And I've raised the idle, but it doesn't seem to do any good. And I've taken the carb apart and cleaned it. That didn't do anything. I've done a lot of adjustments, and I just can't figure it out. So I have to feather the throttle a lot of times when I come up to a stop. And we're coming to my next error, by the way. And this one I think was kind of a serious one. It's hard to see in the video, so I pulled up the camera angle. You can see me hit the front brake right about somewhere in there. I basically jammed on the front brake. It didn't even use the back brake, which I think was a really bad idea. Couldn't tell in the video, but that was a steep downgrade and then a relatively sharp right turn. If there had been sand or gravel at the bottom of that hill and I grabbed the brake like that, it could have locked up. I could have went down. I'm not sure why I didn't use my foot brake, my back brake, but I considered that a definite error. And then that'll bring us into kind of a silly error here, and that is I got lost again. And had to pull over at this church, and I broke down. And I got my cell phone out, and I have the Waze app, and typed in my home address. The irritating part about this is, and I cut a lot of the scene out, it took me several minutes to get my phone out. My gloves are supposed to be able to work with phones, but it's a little bit awkward, so I ended up taking them off. And every time I try to put my phone in my bracket there, my phone holder, I would brush up against the screen and it would exit out of the app or do something weird. So it took me like 3 or 4 times until I finally got it in the phone holder, and which is, by the way, semi-broken, so it makes me a little nervous driving around like that. But anyway, finally got the phone on. Now it's time to head back home. So yeah, this was not a perfect ride by any means. It wasn't even that interesting of a ride. I cut out a lot of super boring parts. But any morning on my motorcycle on a sunny day like this, it's a good morning anyway. It's a good start to the day. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. From here on, I'm heading home. So maybe I'll start using my phone and to navigate, so I don't have that problem anymore. So I always know where I'm going. that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you're all staying safe out there, and I hope you're enjoying your rides. And until then, we'll see you next time. This is XT250 Rides out.